New pictures show Great Barrier Reef is not repairing itself as it should. New pictures of the Great Barrier Reef have uncovered the degree of the harm environmental change has brought about to the coral. The world's biggest reef framework, which extends for more than 1,400 miles off the shore of Australia, has been extremely influenced by rising water temperatures. In May, analysts discovered more than 33% of corals in focal and northern parts of the reef had been executed, and 93 for each penny of individual reefs had been influenced by a condition known as coral blanching, where too warm water causes corals to remove green growth living in their tissue and turn totally white. Corals rely upon a cooperative association with green growth like single-cell protozoa, so when these are removed they quit developing and frequently kick the bucket. New research demonstrates the harm has compounded as opposed to repaired. Amanda McKenzie, CEO of the Australian Climate Council, said toward the begin of this current year researchers had depicted the reef as 110% alive. After the dying occasion in May, 60 for each penny of what we saw was dyed extremely white, she said. Another 19.20 for each penny was secured in sludgy chestnut green growth. Indeed, even of what stayed sound, some looked a bit nervous. When we backpedaled a couple of weeks prior to check whether the influenced corals, had recuperated or kicked the bucket, a significant huge extent had died. Ms. McKenzie assessed around a large portion of the blanched coral in the site they went to, a mainstream seaward reef around 54 kilometers from Port Douglas, was dead. She said sensitive corals had been especially severely influenced, while solid cerebrum corals had for the most part survived. Numerous delicate assortments, for example, plate corals, had kicked the bucket. Angela Leslie Hughes, educator of science at Macquarie University in Sydney, said she had likewise seen this. The synthesis of the fish group has transformed, she said. There's still a great deal of fish that eat the green growth and they're doing entirely well. In any case, angle-like parrotfish, that eat the coral, have vanished. Teacher Tim Flannery was additionally part of the group which went by the reef in September. He told ABC, "We needed to perceive how much repair there'd been, however the coral we saw faded and in risk a couple of months back has now for the most part passed on. On top of that we've seen a mess of new harm, a ton of white coral out there that has been executed by crown of thorns starfish since it was excessively frail, making it impossible to shield itself. In the event that the reef, was a man, it would be in a coma," he said. Had additionally been influenced, she said, with far less species now living on the reef.